Hi guys, it's Dr. Denney over at Four Paws at Fulshear Veterinary Clinic, and today Maddie and I are going to be chatting about socialization and your dog. Is it important? The answer is yes, it's very important. But Maddie's going to start by asking some questions, and I'm hoping this will help you guys kind of get a basic understanding of what socialization is and why it's so important.
Dr. Denney, how can I socialize my puppy?
So socializing has the word social in it, right? So that means we are letting them experience life. Other dogs, other people, environments, all of these things are part of socializing. So it is so important that your puppy be exposed to all sorts of different situations. The veterinary clinic, friends, car rides, walks, parks. We do want to mitigate risk. So, your dog is not fully vaccinated yet, but if we don't socialize them, then we're going to have a maladjusted dog. So we have to mitigate risk. Okay, there's risks with everything. There's a risk every time I get in my car, but I still drive to work. So it's going to be the same principle. We just have to make sure, am I going to go driving to the grocery store for something that I don't really need in the middle of an awful storm? No, I'm not going to do that. Okay, so that's me mitigating risk. So we're going to use the same kind of concept. The socializing is super important because this is how your dog learns. This is how they learn how not to be scared of certain things. This is how they learn to develop a level of independence and identity. They have to learn the world, because if we don't do these things, we end up with a maladjusted dogs, and in really severe situations, like if a dog is not socialized and starts biting people, that's a health risk. So dogs biting people is not good. You are liable, just FYI, if you do have a dog that bites, you're liable to be sued for the damage that your dog does. So that's why this topic is so important. Is not just for the health of your dog, but also for the health of your family.
Should a dog be punished for bad behavior?
So let's talk about punishment. Punishment can mean a bunch of different things. I think when someone says the word punishment to me, I'm thinking, okay, is this going to be like when I got spanked for going out in the parking lot when I was little without looking? Because that happened and I do have that core memory. Is this going to be like when I talked back to my mom and I got my car taken away kind of punishment? So it's going to be something like that. We have to look at the spectrum. So I believe in levels of punishment. I don't like that word. I almost want to use correction, or redirection. So we don't necessarily need to punish, but we need to redirect the situation. And they need to know that they haven't done something right, but we don't have to we don't have to hurt them to let this happen. You can use negative reinforcement. So if my husband's cat is kind of a turd, he's been like that since he was a kitten, and he bites, and I could not train him out of this. And he knows that if he tries to bite me, he's gonna get flicked in the nose. Am I trying to hurt him? No. Am I trying to get him to stop? And he knows not to do it. Yeah, he knows what that means. He knows exactly if I go up to him like this because he's gnawing on me, he's gonna be like, oh, that's not good. Side note, I got him a kitten, and the kitten taught him not to bite. Yay, Lizzo, that's my other cat at home. So punishment can be if they potty in the house, that you do something surprising and you put them outside, and you're outside with them. See, that's not really a punishment. You're redirecting the behavior, because most dogs don't have a long attention span. So there's also the possibility that they're not going to know why they're in trouble. So if you catch them pottying in the act, I usually like to do a big exclamation of some sort to startle them. And they'll go, whoa! And you pick them up and go outside, and when they make potties outside, reward them. Crate training is also great. I would say if they're doing things that are not allowed, like if they are growling at a child, or if they are growling at friends and family that are coming over, then they get put up in their kennel. That's negative reinforcement. If they're jumping on you and won't stop jumping and they're clawing you up, ignoring them until I call it 4 on the floor. If they have 4 on the floor, then they get rewarded. So it's not really punishment. We have to be careful with that terminology. Working with a trainer also can really be beneficial, but I'm I'm not a big fan of corporal punishment unless it's something like super bad and it's a knee-jerk reaction and yes, you might be able to handle it better. Like I'm definitely, it happens. I've been guilty of this. You know, I know my husband's dog, he's not aware of his body all the time, and he like clobbered me in the face the other day. And without thinking, I just shoved him off me. And, you know, Audie like fell off the couch, but like he hurt me. It was a gut reaction. So give yourself some grace if something does happen, but definitely reach out to a trainer if you're struggling.
Are vaccinations needed for dog training classes?
So it depends on who you're working with. You're gonna have to ask them their requirements. I do like, if your dog is in a training group, that everyone needs to be on the same vaccine status. Even better, be with older dogs that have had more vaccines, so they're more protected. We relied on like herd health, right? So COVID-19, there's some people that didn't or couldn't get the COVID-19 vaccine, if, or you know, you believe in it or not, whatever, but the concept's still the same. The people that haven't had it, if the vaccine doesn't do work, then they're relying on the majority of people having protection so that they're protected. It's herd health. It happens in the USDA, like in World Health anyways. Like that's true. So I would just, like I said, mitigate the risks. It's better for them to be around dogs that are vaccinated. So I would avoid dog parks, but we can go to the park. Do I want them playing with puppies that we don't know their vaccine status? No. But adult dogs that we know at the park, that should be okay. So we have to just, you know, be logical about this. And if you have questions, call us. We're here to help.
What is environmental enrichment, and how can it help my dog's behavior?
Yes, great question. It's great. So dogs, their noses, that's another reason to take them outside. Smells are incredibly enriching for your dog's brain, like incredibly stimulating. They smell so much better than we can. They hear better than we can. So being outside, being exposed to new things like that is incredibly stimulating. Playing fetch, playing ball, getting energy out. Like dogs, they come from wolves. Wolves play. Like if you've watched the documentaries, like wolves play. They have play drive. They have play drive and they have prey drive. So don't get those two confused. But enrichment is stimulating that side of the brain. If you don't, then you're gonna have unwanted behaviors coming out because they want to do something, but they can't do something, and so you get unwanted behaviors. We need an outlet for the brain. It's like if you were to lock me in a room and leave me there. I'm a very social person. I love to read. I love to watch movies. If you put me in a box, my brain's gonna explode. Am I going to be a not nice person? Probably. So isolation's not great. They need to have experiences. There's snuffle bats, puzzle bowls, there's lick mats, there's walks. Going for even just a walk is enrichment. So it's enriching for your dog's soul. Yay. They need enrichment to be happy. And a happier dog is a well-behaved dog. And I don't have to say a tired puppy is a well-behaved puppy. Tire your puppies out, play with them, and then they won't do things that they're not supposed to do, like eat things and make bad life choices, because puppies do that. All right, guys, I hope this gave you kind of a broad aspect. If you have more questions, please feel free to make an appointment. It was good talking with you.